What's good, y'all? Today we are watching the femcel epidemic. Is femcel even real? I don't know. I would be someone that says it probably doesn't exist. But I'm just a man. Just a man. I don't know if that's a real song. I might have just made it up in my head. Anyway, let's get into the video. It looks like they're talking about Beba Doobie. I actually like Beba Doobie's music. I hope she doesn't say that she hates all men and she hates me as well. I would like to not be hated by Beba Doobie. But that's probably what's gonna happen here. Seems like, you know. So let's get into the vid, man.
Okay, art as you can, sing as you can't. I still got more money than you, and you're still a man.
A huge red flag for me.
She was right on both of those. She ate me up. She ate me up. I'm not gonna lie. She ate me up. She's spitting. She's spitting. Let me see this one.
All right.
That's tough. Wait, what was the question?
For me. All right.
You're still a man.
A huge red flag for me. All right.
Red flag.
You know what's so crazy? I was gonna say men.
Straight men is a red flag. What if there was no straight men? There would be no more Earth. No more humans on the Earth. Is that what you prefer? The death of humankind. That's the same thing if I said, I hate all straight women. There would be no more human beings on the Earth if there were no more straight women. Same thing for straight men. So I don't understand why you would hate all straight men. Stuff like this kind of pissed me off because what's the solution to this? Do you want a bisexual man? The goal, you want a bisexual man? Do you know how insane that sounds? Okay, you're in competition with all other women on the earth. Boom, right? Now you're in competition with everybody on the earth. Now it's like you can't even let your boyfriend go hang out with the boys because he might be smashing the boys. What's the purpose of having a bisexual man? The fact that half of him doesn't even want to be with you? Women don't want to be loved. They want to be chosen. Okay, yep, anyway, back to the video.
Strike one. You're a man. Yeah.
What is that on her head? Like, why does she have that thing pulled back, like, on her head?
You're heterosexual.
This is the same woman, by the way, signed by Kendrick Lamar's label. A straight man with a family who also associates with individuals from the hood that are probably 10 times worse men than the average man is friends with. So yeah, y'all, today we're here to talk about the topic of quote-unquote femcels. And the definition is, well, yeah, female incel. Don't think I gotta define that one. But I personally feel like we gotta distinguish it differently. Usually when a man is defined as a quote-unquote incel, it's because he literally can't pull and takes it out on women because of it. You could look like the former queen as a woman, my and there's a hornball dude out there who would lay pipe. For femcel,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it doesn't exist, because you don't see some motherfuckers that look like they snuck onto Earth. You feel me? Some shorties that snuck onto Earth and they still getting banged out. So let's continue. It's
more of their hatred for men that stops them from even trying to pursue a relationship, and they think since every man is terrible, they shouldn't put themselves out in the playing field. Now let's get two obvious things out in the beginning. Yes, I know not all women are femcels, and yes, there are bad, terrible men out there who should be condemned, but it won't matter to these femcels if I say something like that anyways. They'll probably just take a screenshot of the thumbnail without even watching it, post it on Twitter with a caption saying I'm not watching this, and proceed to say I'm a terrible woman-hating man without even knowing me or my content, even though I've condemned these type of men multiple times. I promise y'all that exact situation will happen. I'm playing chess, alright? I know the game. I want to say this epidemic of femcels really started in 2020 when a trend known as, and I'm not even joking, this was the actual name for the trend, hashtag all men was started. It started on TikTok and Twitter back in 2020, and women would post the hashtag in their captions for anything. Could be just for fun, could be something actually criticizing a man for. It was thrown around willy and nilly and was used as a word sometimes when they had nothing to say. Like, a girl could be proven wrong on something, then when she had nothing else to say, she would reply with hashtag KAM or all men. There would be long comment threads of a bunch of women saying it, and I honestly think this was—
Wait, what? It said I'm pregnant? I'm pregnant, having a scan soon to find out if it's a girl or an abortion. Yeah. You let a man put his third leg in you, but you won't have a male child?
There would be long comment threads of a bunch of women saying it, and I honestly think this was one of the things that started lighting the gender wars on fire. Pre-2020, gender wars were not even close to as big as post-2020. Because after this, you started to see the podcasters come out and make a whole genre out of gender wars. The moment this started happening is when I knew it was getting out of hand. And it made it worse that TikTok wasn't really doing anything about it at first. Like, I understand Twitter or Warzone will never have peace, but you would think TikTok would be on it to ban something like this. Now it's completely banned and you can't use that phrase. But I guarantee if dudes tried to start a hashtag KAW or all women trend on there, it would have been packed in a day, and every account associated with it would be banned and doxxed. Their excuse for this trend at the time was that they were trying to make the message sound drastic and they obviously didn't mean all men. And if you were a man that found a problem with it, then you were probably one of the type of men they were talking about. This excuse to me is absolutely stupid as because what average man is gonna want to have a reasonable debate about, I don't know, gender norms or something with you when in the statement of your movement it literally says to put an end to them? And to me, this movement was hypocritical because you know damn well if men started a KAW trend and try to be like it's not all women, obviously only the bad, manipulative, criminal ones, they would get thrown at them, rightfully so. Or imagine we use this for something like race, even a worse example. Hashtag all black people rob, man. Let's get the movement trending. Bro, what'd you say? Nah, like, obviously not all of y'all, only the ones that actually do it. Why are you even getting offended? You're trying to rob me, that must be wrong. This trend was probably one of the most extreme examples that actually became a thing on the internet. I don't think we'll see something like it ever again. Like, this was really pushing it. Instead, now they'll just put something like hashtag all men are trash, which I can at least take that. At least in the message name, it's not advocating for the annihilation of men. A lot of this man-hating rhetoric, I guess we could call it, comes from one main source I noticed a lot of times: female celebrities. When anybody's favorite celebrity says something outlandish, they're usually more hesitant to condemn it and more likely to agree. And no, I'm not talking about music and lyrics.
What celebrity said that?
Like Megan Thee Stallion saying something like all these is cheaters or something, because at that point we could pick on every male artist that says something about women, you know. I could care less about lyrics. I'm talking about more of the statements they make. I'm sure y'all know about the whole Biba Doobie crash out thing by now. Everybody talked about this. Might be top 5 stupidest things I've seen any celebrity ever get mad at, but the casual way she just threw out her man hating to her audience was so funny to me.
And you're still a man. I know men are mad at me because I probably get more girls than them and I'm not even gay. It's mostly men. Like, call me sexist, but I don't think a girl would be like, I was wanking off to that BB video. I was wanking off to that BB.
This shows to me she knew she wasn't gonna really get any crazy repercussions by saying it. Like, they wouldn't cancel her shows over it. And stuff like this makes me upset, because if it was the other way and a famous male singer said something—
No, I'm not gonna lie. If people are posting that they were whacking off to your music video, that's kind of odd. But on the other hand, if I made a music video and then girls started posting that they were, you know, wanking off to my music video, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, as you should, you feel me? But I'm a dirty man, so let's continue.
Something like you're still a woman, he's like 100 times more likely to face some type of repercussion. A lot more of the time, it's more accepted in society for a female celebrity to say something on men. And I don't know if some of these female celebrities don't think this through before saying things like that, but they do also have male fans. Like, you don't think a couple of your male fans would see something like that and not want to associate with you anymore? Even if a majority of their fans are women, it's just a dumb thing to do to cut off a good portion of your fans. Like for me, even though my viewership is about 90% women and 10% men, don't fact check that, I would never insult my male fans.
He lying.
That's mean to them. Okay, but on the real though, I couldn't even imagine myself saying something like all women are trash or I hate all women, because to me that's disrespectful to all the hardworking women in my life that have helped me and just out there in general. I don't know, I think I'm just thinking too logically. Okay, let me know if I should start saying it, y'all. Billie Eilish was also getting slandered a couple of years ago for this stuff because she would come out saying things about men that were pretty stupid. Like there was this one time she said men don't get body shamed because girls are nice.
Nobody ever says things about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're rail thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. Niggas get dragged through the dirt for being a little chubby. Dragged through the dirt. And no, girls aren't pointing out their body. Because the girls aren't talking to them. So yes, girls are nice by not associating themselves with people or men that they don't like how they look. Call that nice if you want. I call it fatphobic. Yes, you're not saying mean things to them, but that's only because you're not associating with yourself with them at all whatsoever. And now I'm speaking in the sense of like dating. So yeah, okay. But guys aren't going around making fun of girls' bodies in the sense of like, oh, you're so this or you're so that. Guys don't really do that. For the most part, you go on Twitter, you go on wherever, you seeing, guys will be like, nah, this is big, bro. And then you'll see somebody say, nah, that's grown man business. First comment you're gonna see is, nah, that's grown man business. You don't know nothing about that. There's niggas that like it, everybody type. You feel me? Let's keep it a stack with ourselves. We got girls Lizzo size getting banged out. Lizzo is getting banged out. Somebody's smashing Lizzo. Probably right now in this moment as I speak. Lizzo's getting smashed by somebody, bro. So like, let's keep it a stack with ourselves. That's not true.
Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're real thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't give a because we see people for who they are. Coming from a man that was on the pudgier side, I can let y'all know right now this is not remotely close to true. You know how many anytime they get in an argument with their girl over something, the first thing she's saying is something about his body. He can't get it upright. He's, dare I say it, fat. She was getting sauteed over this take. I think Billie realized though, saying stuff like this isn't good for PR, so she stopped saying it. I haven't seen her saying something like this in a while, which is good because what does saying stuff like that do other than alienate your male fan base and future fans? The thing a lot of femcels don't realize too is they quite literally breed the men they hate. In modern times, the average way a dude is becoming an incel. Wow.
Facts.
I can't believe I'm teaching incelology. Like an actual incel. I'm not talking about the word where they just throw it on any man. Is he'll see something extreme like the hashtag all men trend. Already if he feels isolated in his life, he gets even more mad over how he's getting hated as a man for no reason. Then tries to find comfort in someone who accepts him. Which is a lot of times the Andrew Tates and Fresh and Fits. And ends up with some radical ideology that's just crazy. It's like they're throwing coal on a fire and asking why the blaze keeps going. Now, of course, the opposite happens too with these incels. But I think with one, you're able to go way more rampant with it before having anything happen. I mean, look at someone like Andrew Tate, for example. There was a certain point he got banned everywhere and got repercussions for his comments. The only social media he had left was Hustlers University. And I see a lot more men condemning people like Andrew Tate than the opposite way. Like, none of my homies in real life were riding him and actually followed the Tate way. They thought the memes were funny at first, but after he fell off, and no one really cared. Something that happened recently, which actually kind of sparked me up on even making this video, is something that Doechii said. If you don't know Doechii, she's been having a breakthrough as a female rapper in the past year. She's been having a bunch of viral songs and trends on TikTok. And like I said at the start of this video, she signed to Kendrick Lamar's label. She never really got in controversy until that clip I played at the start. And I was kind of disappointed when I saw the clip, because there's certain people that you don't expect to say dumb stuff like that. Like if it was Cardi B or something, I would say expect it. But off of what I've seen from Doechii and her creativity and her craft, I wouldn't expect her to say something like that. And some people might be like, oh my god, Tommy, you're really offended over that? I could give less of a shit about the actual comment. If I made a video every time on all the dumb comments like the ones Doechii and Billie Eilish made and were made by female celebrities, this channel would have like over 1,000 videos. To me, it's more of the precedent it sets and trying to make it a casual thing. I think a good example right now is how Elon Musk is getting protested for all his bull, and that people are boycotting Tesla and not buying them because people want to make it known that they don't accept it.
Thank you all very much. I love Tesla.
A lot of times too, just like in the Doechii video, they try to specify it as much as possible, like saying straight man, because you know, they don't want to be offensive and be called the big H-phobic. That would be terrible for their PR, and you know, only straight men do bad things. They acting like there ain't any terrible gay men out there. Look at Diddy. Anyways, wrapping it up, I do think we're getting better as a society of ignoring these type of people and also calling out when someone says something stupid like this. For the Doechii video, for example, I was just checking different TikToks trying to figure out what was going on about this. And I saw a lot of women saying what she said was pretty dumb. Like, the birth rates are already at their peak declining. Do we need to be having any more gender arguments and on the other gender just because? Like, let's just leave that in 2022, dude. You gain nothing from it other than more division and more fighting. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
It explains femcel is like different than, you know, how I envisioned it in my head, because an incel is, you know, someone that can't get girls. A femcel is someone that doesn't want to get guys because, or they just hate men. They just hate men. Just hate men. I don't think I've ever seen a guy that just outright said, I hate women. Never seen it. Never had it happen. I personally have not seen it. I've seen plenty of girls be like, I hate men. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I don't get it at all. The alternative is dating a bisexual man, which is absolutely idiotic, because just the fact that they want to be with a man and you're kind of like in the way, and then it's too much madness going on. Or the other option is be with a woman. The divorce rate of women is higher than women and men, and also higher than men and men. So what does that mean? And the domestic violence is the highest. Y'all be beating on each other. Even if they are beating on a man, the man just accepts it. Anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that other shit, and I love you. Peace.